There are so many things in this world that we often forget to constantly remind ourselves that we should be more grateful. Look at the scenery behind us, look at the atmosphere. It's probably 7 a.m. in the morning and we're having fun. We three friends, we have been friends for like 6 to 7 years, I guess. And we're having a lot of fun just by walking down the streets. And we are watching the leaves, we are listening to the birds chirping, and we are contemplating life. We are going through a lot of episodes, a lot of times where we are constantly feeling that we are lost. We are losing meaning, we are losing purpose in life, but we are constantly trying to find that meaning. And maybe we are finding, maybe we are not, but who knows? We don't know anything. Uncertainty is within us. And we are living amongst uncertainty. There is no certainty. But in this moment of disaster, in this moment of adversity, we are taking some time to record ourselves, to record this as a proof that we are trying, we are fighters. So I will come to my friend Rohan first and listen to him, whatever he's feeling right now in the moment. What are you feeling right now in the moment?
Well, I'm feeling good. I might have lost everything I had in my life, but at the end of the day, I have myself to carry on. And you guys were a good friend of mine, always had been, and that's it. I think this is all life is all about: letting go, finding new things, and keep trying.
Bars, bro, bars. Like, it is true. We have been friends. There were so many times where we had disagreements. We had a lot of problems between us, but we stick to each other for a very long time, and we always made sure that whatever happens, the brotherhood continues, and it did continue because we were authentic. We never tried to be someone extra. We never tried something like those artificial surface level things. So now I'm gonna go to my friend Fayaz and I'm gonna ask him whatever he's feeling right now in the moment.
My mind is totally empty, to be honest. But when we think of the morning, there's that lake and there's the sunrise, the big ass trees in my head. So you contemplate life in a way you never thought it would be. The three of us now, we don't have so much in common, but now there's the common ground. We are in admission phase. We were friends. When we talk, we mostly reminisce the past. When those constants arrive, when our life was in a constant state, and now it isn't, we find a constant. And when you think of that constant, you feel like the rush that is happening all around you, they are like minimized. That's why it's fun to hang around. Be it what time is it?
Maybe it's
What time is it? 7:38 or in the morning, or like, I don't know, any night time. That's all I have in my head.
no, it's good. We have this empty state of mind and we are just letting whatever comes to my mind completely flow through us. Like, it's just life is happening through us. We are not trying to be anything. Listen, English is not our first language, so we are stumbling upon words, we are stuttering a lot, but at the end of the day, it's a sign. It's a proof that it's a proof that we are not actually trying very hard. This is somewhat very natural, and I don't find it artificial, and I'm grateful for the moment that we're having together.
Remember, when you lose everything in your life, you have nothing to lose, and that is when you rise.
Yeah, definitely. Like, when we lose, when we find that whatever we used to identify ourselves with, and those things crumble, those things completely end, we discover ourselves in a new way, that we were complete from the very beginning. We didn't need any person, we didn't need any tools, we didn't need any recognition, we didn't need anything external to prove our worth. We were complete from the very beginning. Don't you agree?
We were more complete when we are in class 7-8. After Corona, we started to have this existential crisis that we had to prove our worth to every person, everything around us. We took up on challenges that we shouldn't have in the beginning, but we did. We met people, we stuck around with people that didn't value us for what we were. Let's see what admission phase takes us, and even though we don't know where it will take us, because three of us, these guys has a very good way of words and talking to people. I have a good way of theory. That guy is very passionate for medical, but at the end of the day, we don't honestly know what we will get, what we are gonna get. But when you think of everything, our score will stay as it is, but where we will end up is not actually decipherable. There's this lighthouse, which is a psychiatric treatment and rehabilitation.
It's a rehabilitation center. People go there just to get rid of their addictions. And
We might be there.
No, I mean, the trajectory of our life is somewhat confusing, and it might take us there. I don't want to end up there, but
No one does.
No one does. So I think it's important to approach life with this part of us which is very curious. Like if you approach life with curiosity, if you just tell yourself that let me just try that particular thing, let me see what happens, let me just see what happens, or what that particular struggle, what that particular game makes me, maybe that part of an attitude, that curiosity will completely transform you. Don't approach life that, oh, I need that particular outcome in exactly however I want it. Maybe things won't go along your way, but something will happen. Maybe we should be grateful about that something happened. We are at the stage, and in that stage a lot of things were told, a lot of things were performed. So at the end of the day, we are separate, right? He has a different identity, I have a different identity, he has a different identity, but behind those identities, behind those made up mental concepts, names, family, careers, all kinds of hobbies and passion, we are still the same. We are still walking bowl of awareness, and we are choosing to create, we are choosing to express. And this video right here is a proof that we existed. Someday, what is the date today? 14th December 2025. We existed, we were here, and it's a proof to the universe that we are expressing, and we are somewhat making this existence clear that we don't inherently want something from life. We want to explore life. We want to understand life. We want to keep questioning. What do you think about life? Should we approach it with curiosity? Should we approach it with questioning things, or should we just jump into conclusions, and should we just jump into assumptions?
No one should ever jump into conclusions, because if you do so, then you'll end up being disappointed in everything you do. And being disappointed isn't really the best thing if you keep trying. So just stay curious, try different things. If things don't go in your way, then maybe try again, try something else, try someone else, be with somebody else.
Yeah, be with somebody else. So like, we have been friends for like 6 to 7 years, and we tried music, we tried vlogging, we tried making football videos, we tried a lot of things. We tried making reels,
Photography.
and yeah, we tried photography, we tried fashion, like we tried a lot of different things. Like this guy, like I was resonating with this guy via music. Like we used to like hip hop, but he was more into the old school kind of hip hop, and I was more into the new school kind of hip hop. But we somehow discovered ourselves in different paths, but we started together from the very same point. So we grew out of our taste, we grew out of our culture, we grew out of our preferences, but at the end of the day, we are finding ourselves in the same place again and again. And that is why I felt like, I know, like the discussion ended up in a completely different point. We started with gratitude, but now we are talking about our tests and all. So we grew up along the way. And if we want to talk about relationship is an art, but sometimes we have to abandon a lot of relationships. Sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it doesn't go along our preferences, but having hard feelings toward the relationship. Like suppose you start a painting, suppose you start an essay, and it doesn't work out, and then you see that you're running out of words, you're running out of phrases and idioms, and you don't know how to express yourself within that particular agenda of that essay, and you just abandon it. Maybe abandoning is not that bad. Maybe abandoning is good if it's good for your mental health. Maybe if abandoning is good. What would you say, given that you have been going through a particular situation around relationships, and how would you help people? How would you influence people in this particular area, those who are going through the same problem as you?
Fall in love, but don't stay stuck. And when you feel like the person you're in love with isn't the best for you, I think you should leave. Because if staying hurts, then I think you shouldn't stay. Because what will you get by hurting yourself if you just can't let go of that person, right? Letting go should be taught at an early age, because we weren't taught that in any time of our life. But as we grow older, we learn that ourselves. Letting go can be of anything: a habit, a person, a relationship, a sports, game, studies, a job, can be anything. So you can just let it go, try something else, and maybe you'll find something better.
Exactly, like abandoning something isn't inherently bad. Like a lot of people ask me that, oh Safwan, you used to make music, oh Safwan, you used to film a lot of things, you used to dream of being a YouTuber, and now you don't. Now you study, now you have become a nerd, now you read all kinds of books. Why is this transformation? Maybe I have abandoned music, maybe I have abandoned a lot of projects in my life, but maybe I did that just because I felt that inner intuition, inner instinct that I needed to read some philosophy books, I needed to explore some different perspectives. So when it comes to studying things, sometimes we tend to get attached to our biases, right? We tend to get attached to judging things according to our own way. But sometimes we need to get fully naked. Sometimes we need to get fully empty-minded and see things as they are. Maybe not judge them, maybe not judge every experiences of life within our own preset mindset. Maybe we should get rid of that mindset and just look at things as they are. How would you advise people to study things without getting fully biased?
We are in our 20s, so if we live on to be I don't know 100 years. So we have.
By the way, they are in their 20s. I am 19, but I look older than both of them. It's the biggest irony of life. But then again, continue. Sorry.
So we have passed 1/5 of our lives. 4/5 are already there, still there. The point is when we have a certain bias, that bias forms in us due to our society or due to what we want to be. We don't actually know what we will get when we get what we want to be. If this guy gets to be a doctor, he still does not know what morgues he have to work in. If he becomes, I don't know, a good
An engineer,
salesperson or a good businessman, then he does not know what type of clients he will be dealing with. If I become an engineer, I don't know who I'm gonna be working with. I don't know. It might be, I don't know, even Indian embassy. I don't know. But in the end, if you create a certain bias in your life, then you won't have fun in what you do. The only bias you should have is ethics. That is your own personal set of what I'll do or what I won't. Like if a person has ethics like I'm gonna stick to religion, then okay, stick to religion. If a person has bias like I'm not gonna do corruption, okay, done. That's also a bias you can have. But you cannot have biases like I'm not gonna work. Then you have to, I don't know, be idle your own entire life, which is not very worthwhile for either your brain or your wallets. But in the end, if you go into something like I want to learn that, I don't care I am the oldest there, but I want to learn that. Maybe I'm in a photography group where people are like 15 years old and I'm like 20. I have very limited skill set in comparison to them. Then they are my seniors there. And you should take that in life. You shouldn't have that, the Indian word is command in English. Arrogance, yeah. Arrogance. You shouldn't have that arrogance like, oh, I am from here, I can do this, I can do that. No, just take life.
Now we're going to talk about the last topic. Like we talked about a lot of things. We talked about our opinions, our goals, our struggles and problems. But now we're going to talk about some problems that we have within us. Suppose my problem is I sometimes tend to overwork. I sometimes tend to overjudge myself. I criticize myself to the point that I completely sabotage everything. Whatever I start, I criticize so much that I don't even finish it. I have this problem where I want to be perfect, where I see myself as a very superior person. I have a superiority complex and I try to make things very perfect. And in that process, I completely destroy things which could be something bigger. And I also tend to put importance on my work than my relationships. I forget my friendships, I forget my relationships, I forget my family. I just tend to work, and sometimes I forget the true essence of life. Sometimes I forget gratitude, and sometimes I complain a lot. This is my problem. And I want to give my friends a chance to talk about their problems as well. And these are the problems that we are working on. And we are talking about these things just to keep it as a proof that we are humans, we have problems, right? So is there any problem within you that you want to identify within yourself and just to remind you in the future?
Maybe I think I trust people a lot and I trust them. I give them a place in my heart and I get too attached with them, which is a pretty big problem. If you're too naive in this world, people are gonna play with you. They will step on you, they'll use you as their doormat and everything. Don't be that. Be kind, be humble, be nice, but don't let other people use you as they wish. That's it. Maybe open your eyes. Don't get blindfolded by them. That's it.
Now, Fayaz, you have the chance to talk about your problems as well.
I criticize myself a lot. Lighting settled. I criticize myself a lot, but if I did the 10% of criticism I did to myself to other people, then I might be in a better situation. like even though when I'm working, right? I did a lot of clubbing in my life, college clubbing, okay. So when I used to do that, I would not question people. I would be like, okay, this is another situation given to me. I'll just make the best use of it. Whereas if I did question, things would have turned out different. Just not clubbing. In every aspect of life, I've seen that I question myself a lot. Where I was perfect, I was okay. I was actually doing the realest thing there. But I messed up and. Messing up takes a cumulative effect on you and then you just end up with nothing, whereas the people you didn't question because you had this persona, they end up with everything. So yeah, if I look back, I'll just say if I did criticize everyone around me for once a while, not like problematic person, then it might be somewhere.
All right, Rohan wants to say another thing.
In a world where I could be anything I want, I chose to be kind because this is who I am.
Real shit.
Be kind, be nice, be grateful to your Lord. Don't be bad. Because good things comes to those who does good to others. And maybe you'll get good too. Look at this guy. He's a bad guy.
So that was it. That was our problems. That was the entire thing that we are going through. This is the end of the video. And yeah, We see the sun rising, we see the sunlight. A stranger has come to us and he wants our help to navigate through the world. Navigate through the roads, not the world. But we could help him philosophically, definitely. So yeah, a lot of grammatical mistakes, a lot of stuttering.
Lot of words not found.
A lot of words not found, a lot of articulation struggles. But then again, we three were here. We put some proofs in the universe that we existed and we created. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. Try different things.